Thank you so much for being here. As you all know, Hartford and Connecticut and our entire country are in the midst of a significant spike and an accelerating spike of coronavirus cases. Here in the city of Hartford, we are regularly seeing now more than 100 new cases per day and a positivity rate that continues to go up. There is not one single cause for that. There are many causes, and our contact tracing shows that in many cases it's hard to pinpoint the source of spread. We are at a period of serious community spread here in Hartford and in many other places around the state and nation. One of the things we know is that informal gatherings, social gatherings are a part of that spread. There's no question about it. And it's important to stress that you've got to do everything you can to avoid creating those gathering places, those social environments that could help accelerate the spread. It's also important to say that we have still not yet seen any significant transmission inside our schools. As you know, we worked hard this year to provide a fully in-person school option to as many kids as possible for as long as possible. This week we shifted to hybrid, but still maintaining that opportunity for in-person education for the kids who have chosen it and the families who have chosen it. That's a testament to the work that our Hartford Public Schools have done to create environments that are as safe as possible. It's a credit to the kids and the teachers and the staff who are wearing masks, ensuring that everybody else is wearing masks and following those protocols. And we want to make sure that we continue to offer that hybrid education model for as long as we can, and hopefully get back to the fully in-person option. Education is the most important thing we can do. It's the most important responsibility we have. But it's important to say that we're not going to be able to get kids back in the classroom full-time unless we turn around the trend of this virus. This is the time of year when we usually gather together, when we gather together with those we love, when we get in the car and drive down to our grandparents' house, or we get on a plane and we maybe go somewhere warm where we gather all of our loved ones and extended family and celebrate all the things we're thankful for. This year, we have to do it differently. We have to make sure that we keep those celebrations small. We can't travel, we shouldn't travel the way that we otherwise might. And I know as much as anybody how frustrating it is to be 9 months in to this pandemic and still see that the months ahead are going to be long and difficult, and still see so many aspects of life disrupted and changed, and not to be able to gather with all the loved ones this year. But as one newspaper put it, if we have big Thanksgiving dinners this year, we're probably going to have far too many small Christmas funerals. In the city of Hartford, this small city, 182 of our fellow residents have lost their lives during this pandemic. 7 of our residents, neighbors, friends, loved ones have passed in just the last 10 days. So for the sake of those we love, and for the sake of those we know, and for the sake of those we don't know, and for our entire community, please recognize that a big part of this is in your hands. It's in all of our hands as individuals. The choices we make matter. The choice to wear a mask matters. The choice to wash your hand matters. Most importantly right now, the choice to avoid large gatherings, the choice to do it differently and keep it smaller this year, it will matter. It may matter to your family. It may matter to someone else's family. It will matter to somebody. And it will save lives. if we do what we need to do right now. I'm joined today by two Hartford residents who have lost loved ones to this virus. Chanika Bailey, who's with us today, lost her mother. And Hiram Otero, officer on our police force, lost his father. And I cannot imagine how difficult it was for them to lose mother and father at a time when they couldn't be in the hospital to say goodbye, when they couldn't gather with all of those they loved and knew to have a true celebration of life and send-off and funeral. And I also can't imagine how difficult it is to tell that story and to share it with others. And so I'm deeply grateful to Chanika and to Hiram for being with us today and to share a little bit of their personal story, because it's so important for all of us to understand just how much is at stake and how important it is for all of us to protect those we know, to protect those we love, and to keep our community healthy and safe. And so I'd like to ask now Chanika to come say a few words. And again, I'm deeply grateful to both of you for being here.
Good afternoon. On April 7th, that was the last day I saw my mom. I put her in the ambulance and told her everything was going to be okay. 2 weeks after is when we got the call saying that she took her last breath. Thanksgiving is very important to our family because we come from a big family. It's always filled with food, laughter, and just a good time. This year, it will not be the same. Christmas will not be the same, nor any other holiday, because my mom is no longer here. My sister also suffered from COVID, and thankfully, she was able to, survive. However, it's just very important to keep one another safe and to make sure that we are practicing what, the states and local officials are telling us. I will always, always, always cherish my mom and the family gatherings that we have. And I just want to say, please be safe during this holiday season. Again, practice what the states and local officials are telling you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Chanika, for sharing that with us. Officer Otero, Hiram Otero, again, grateful to you for being here as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for this opportunity. Give me a minute to speak about my experience with COVID. I just want to say, late April, my father was admitted in a hospital, not knowing what he had, and later diagnosed with COVID-19. It was a shock to our family. We thought in some way that maybe this is a flu. He'll get through it. He'll survive it. He'll recover. As the weeks went by, it wasn't looking promising. They didn't know much about the disease then. We know more about it now, but back then we just didn't know a lot of it. He passed away May 12th after being a few weeks in the hospital. My father was a very simple person. He loved the city of Hartford. He helped so many people in the city in his own way. He was just full of life. He wanted to live, but unfortunately the disease took his life. I just want to urge the public, as much as we want to gather and be with family during this holiday season, Thanksgiving approaching, I want to urge you to just keep it to a minimum. if you can do it by yourself, do it by yourself with a few people. This is real. This is not fake, and regardless of what our political views are, it's not. It's about saving lives. And I want you to live. I want to live. This was my father. So, for those that live in the city of Hartford, as a police officer, you know, we enforce laws. I wish there was a way that I can arrest this virus. There's no way. We can't do it that way, but we can use our, you know, our education and effort, social distancing, washing your hands, keep a mask on. I love Thanksgiving. And I'm not going to have my father this Thanksgiving or this Christmas. And it will never be the same. But I take the memories and the good things and carry his name on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hiram, and thank you again, Janika. And I'm so sorry for your loss, and our whole city is sorry for your loss, but also, again, so grateful to you for your willingness to share your story so that fewer families have to go through what you've gone through. With that, happy to take any questions.
Mayor,
What am I going to be doing for Thanksgiving? I think my wife and 3 kids will be having Thanksgiving together. My only other family, I'm an only child, so I've got 2 parents, and we haven't made a decision yet about whether we'll be having Thanksgiving together. If we do, I think it will probably be after we've gotten tested, although you know, we have yet to make a determination about that. But maximum, it'll be the 7 of us. So it'll be the 5 of us or the 7 of us. Any other questions? One things that we won't be doing is gathering together with anybody other than family and other than very, very small group of family. We're not going to be getting together with friends who might be back in town. We're not going to be getting together and having, you know, a dinner party the night before Thanksgiving or going out and having reunions. We're not going to be doing all the things that often go around Thanksgiving either. So Thanksgiving dinner itself is going to be small, and none of that other social stuff that often goes around Thanksgiving is going to happen at all. And I beg everybody to do the same. Anything else? Okay. Thank you, everybody.